All right. Brightest future leaving the season.
This easy for me. It's George Pickens. I mean, what are we even talking about here? I think this is a no-brainer. I really do think the sky's the limit for Pickens. His wide receiver one potential. I already think he's a solid wide receiver too. I am incredibly excited to see like what this offseason is going to be for him as he continues to like refine his game. I'm excited to see like where his role changes next year. I want to see them get him more involved beyond just go routes and back shoulder fades. Like he can definitely do those things, and I want them to continue to spam those. But when I just think about just future, I'm incredibly excited about Pickens. He was a guy that I really liked through the draft process. Was super excited that he ended up in Pittsburgh, and I'm really excited about what he could potentially become. Hopefully, in a more sufficient offensive system too.
Yeah. Pickens is the easy answer. I'll go away from Pickens just because I'll let you take Pickens, but Pickens is the consensus. That's where my vote is. Obviously, I'm gonna go brightest future. Man, that's tough. It honestly, it might be James Daniels in Pittsburgh because the Steelers haven't had a solidified offensive lineman in a couple of years now. He kind of seems like that guy. He's only 24 years old, maybe just turned 25. Dude's got a long career ahead of him. The Steelers are dying to have an offensive line that they could just keep together for the next 10 years. And I think he's the cornerstone of that. Obviously, George Pickens is going to make more Pro Bowls and earn more awards and, win a lot of people fantasy games, but James Daniels is going to be the heart and soul of that team. So I'm about that. I think Pat Freiermuth should be on that list too, because I think Pat showed a lot this season, and I don't think he did nearly as much as what he'll do in a good offense. You put him in a good offensive system, I think he's going to be a phenomenal wide receiver.
Yeah, I got one more George Pickens stat that I found a couple of days ago that I tweeted out that I just really like. There were 59 wide receivers this season who had 70 targets. Pickens was first in contested catch rate. He caught it 67.9% of his contested catch opportunities. And 9 of those catches were 20 yards down the field, and that was tied for the most in the NFL. So you look at like what he's already doing, for the offense, combined with just I want to also point out George Pickens is 21. He doesn't turn
21 years old.
He doesn't turn 22. He doesn't turn 22 for like a couple more weeks. So there's a lot of upside here. And I just think George, like when I think about upside, guys that dominate early on in college, like George was like a 700, 800 yard college receiver in a very, very run heavy offense in the SEC. Yeah. And he was doing that at 19 years old, like 18, 19 years old. He comes into the NFL, 21 years old, catches, he's probably a top 5 contested catch receiver over the course of his rookie season. I am very, very excited about his potential. I really do think he could be a wide receiver 1. And when you get that type of player, middle of the second round, that's huge dub.
Huge dub. Yeah. George Pickens is easily the steal of the draft in 2022 by bar none. Like it's not even close with almost 365 days removed. All right. You just said the guy that they must resign. You just saying Cam Sutton. I'm going to say it's Terrell Edmonds. I'm going to go Terrell Edmonds. I think both of them are hand in hand though. Like those are like, if you are putting a priority list together for the Pittsburgh Steelers offseason, it is 1A Cam Sutton, 1B Terrell Edmonds. Bring him back. I don't care what you got to do. Cam Sutton is a starter on the outside. He's a starter on the inside. He is as good as a CB2 as it possibly gets, I think, in the AFC. Terrell Edmonds works perfectly with Minkah. The way he evolves every season, totally fine. I think both of them are no-brainers.
Yeah, I think that Sutton, Edmonds, KZ, I think those 3 guys are going to be guys that the Steelers are going to try to retain.
Yeah.
It just may come down to do one of those guys want to pursue a little bit more money? Do they want to pursue bigger roles on other teams? Specifically, I wonder about KZ because I just the safety market in the free agency is always weird.
Dude, it's terrible.
And I
Everybody
definitely
says that
think,
all the time. They're like,
yeah,
Edmonds is going to go get the bag. It's like, dude,
it's
safeties
weird.
don't go get the bag. They just don't.
Yeah, but I think that those 3 safety sets allowing Minka to kind of roam around a little bit and sub packages on third downs and stuff like that. I think that they're going to try to bring back both of the safeties. We'll see if that happens. But yeah, I mean, I would love to get, Sutton back, and then you can roll it back. Like, you can run it back with this secondary as long as you still prioritize corner in the draft. I want to make that very clear. I am fine with this secondary running it back, even if I don't think they match up like well with like the Cincinnatis of the world. But you can do that and invest like one of those top 3 picks at corner and bring a rookie along and, play him a little bit in the sub packages, in the nickel, dime, whatever, and develop them. That way you don't have to throw them right into the fire, because corner's a tough position to play as a rookie, man. Like,
dude,
what Sauce Gardner did this year, incredibly impressive. Shout out to him. That was a hell of a rookie season, and that just doesn't happen very often, because that's one of the hardest transitions to make from college to the NFL.
Especially in the AFC North, when you're going to face the Cincinnati Bengals and the Cleveland Browns twice a year. It's not a prime position to just toss a guy out there. Plus, I think Levi Wallace played fine. I think you take him back next year and you feel comfortable about him, and you see what happens with Akello and William Jackson. You move on from there.